There seems to be disconnect between laws and rules. And so I'm in a hotel today in Minneapolis, and they have a no pet policy. So is it their rule or their law? So if I were to just bring my own dog in here and just tell them they can't control me and I can just do whatever I want, do you think they would allow me to stay here? Let me go ahead and answer that for you. No, they wouldn't allow me to stay here. They would actually probably call the police if I tried to stay here, and they would have me kicked out, because there are rules in place for a reason. Probably because they don't want animals taking pees and poops all over these carpets. Kind of like when you own a rental property and you're saying to someone, hey, I don't want you to have dogs. And the main reason is that those dogs, when they're home all day because you're working, they chew stuff. Most of the time they chew stuff. They get anxious and they chew railings, walls, posts, everything else imaginable. So if you're a tenant and you stay in a place 1 year, 2 years, which on average, that's about how it works, and you move out, you're sticking that landlord with having to repair the carpet, the paint, the walls, the drywall, the spindles, and everything else. So it's not about the landlord trying to trump your options, but it's about the landlord is protecting their money and their benefit. So if you buy a property for $200,000, and let's say you're renting that property out and you're only making $100, $200 a month, and you're paying your mortgage payment, and the tenant moves out after 2 years and you have to replace everything, the security deposit is going to typically be 1 month of rent. Well, that rent, that 1 month of security deposit, is not going to cover new carpet because the dog shredded the carpet. It's not going to cover all the spindles and the wood and paint, everything else I mentioned. It's not going to cover that. So you're going to be in the hole about $2,000. Well, if you're only making $200 a month and you just lost $2,000 on the tenant's misbehavior of their dogs, then you actually broke even. So owning that property was a loss for you. So unless the property values go up, which in our case right now they are going up, then you're breaking even. So I don't want to invest my money to break even. I want to invest my money to make money. And I think that's what every person that invests money wants to do. So for anybody who is saying that tenants have rights and all this stuff, they do have rights, but when you sign the lease and you agree to the set rules, those are the rules and those are your rights. And if you don't like those, then you can find another place to live. But it's not your option to sign a lease and then do whatever you want. The problem is landlords typically don't have the balls or the guts to kick people out because they're worried about their properties being destroyed. But that's not how it should be. Let's go be good people.